Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. We've got over 400 audios for you to check out in a variety of topics. Hopefully, something that is beneficial to you if you are looking for a way to strengthen your relationships, your career, your spirituality, or you're in entertainment and want to up your brand. I can be helpful in all of these areas. If you want to get in contact, it's a couple of ways to do that. You can do so through my this channel right here on YouTube. Go to the About Me section. My website is there. Or give me a follow at Feel Perception on Twitter and send me a direct message. We can connect that way as well. Today we're going to talk about something that is super valuable, or can be anyway, depending on how we look at it, and that is emotional attraction, and or if someone is emotionally connected to you. How do we know that? What does that look like? What does that feel like? How do we really build those stronger and more useful bonds? And there's about 10 things or so that we want to talk about here in that vein. And so the first is they understand you deeply. So sometimes this just means that they can finish your sentences. Other times this means that they understand your motivation with you saying only a few words or a few sentences. They understand what motivates you. They understand who you are, what you're about, what your goals, dreams, and aspirations are, the things that make you uncomfortable. They understand those as well. And they're really invested in kind of understanding more of you and you doing the same for them. The next is they speak positively of you when you're not around. Unprompted, that is. So there's a difference between speaking kindly of somebody because you think it will get you status and spontaneously bringing them up because they really made a major impact on you. And so there is a value to the process of truly understanding, hey, this is good, this is healthy, this is useful, and this person has been a major impact in my life in a way that I want other people to know about, and I want them to know about it naturally so that at the end of the day, they don't, have a negative view one way or the other. And that's helpful for a variety of reasons, but not limited to anything other than, kind of looking at it from a deeper perspective. What do I really want this situation with this person to be? How do I want to be seen? What do I want people to know about me? But also, what do I want people to know about the quality and sanctity of my relationships and the value thereof? That's a really valuable question, and it's one that sometimes people don't spend enough time, at least in my opinion, kind of working with. A person who speaks well about you is a person who is invested in you and they see your value. The next thing is you can have long, winding, multifaceted conversations with this person. Sometimes they last hours, sometimes they last several hours, sometimes they last longer than you thought you could ever talk to a person before. And this is because you're digging into each other naturally. So a forced conversation where there isn't an emotional attraction, there's a lot of pauses, there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of downtime, there's a lot of somebody waiting to come up with the next topic. That doesn't happen where there's an emotional connection, emotional attraction issue. Instead, what you have is a person who's like, hey, what about this? What about that? Oh, well, what would you do in this situation? What would you do over here? What's the best thing that ever happened to you? What's the worst thing that ever happened to you? So the diversity of the conversation is also valuable, too, because you're digging into knowing each other on a deeper level with nearly every conversation you have. These people, during the time when you're not together physically or virtually now, certainly because of the pandemic, they'll admit to thinking of you. Hey, I was at the coffee shop and I thought of you when I got my coffee. Hey, I went to the museum and there's this painting you've just got to see. We've got to go. I was thinking of you. So a deep emotional connection means they think of you when you're not around and you think of them when they're not around. And there's this mutual value to the fact that you are always in the back of their mind and they in yours. And so there's a value to that. The next thing is there's balanced time between the two of you. So a lot of times what happens, especially in romantic relationships in early stages, is that people will become dependent on each other. And so they monopolize each other's time, and it's really warm and it's really hot and it's passionate and it's lovely, and then it dies out kind of like a fire that doesn't have enough wood on it to keep burning. An emotional connection, both platonically and romantically, of long term value, though, these are individuals in situations where, hey, I know you need time to yourself. Go read a book. Go watch your favorite show. Go have life experiences so we can have value for the deep conversations we'll have in the future about the things we do separately. And then the next thing is they value your viewpoint even if you disagree. This is a huge one. Look, no one's going to be the carbon copy of you. You're not looking in life, hopefully anyway, for your doppelganger. You're looking for someone that enhances your life, that shares many of your views and outlooks, but has differences. And a person with an emotional connection values your views even if they're different. They don't have to agree to find them valuable. And also, people who have emotional connectives with you are more likely to look at the possibility of, hey, you're a good person. I enjoy you. I enjoy being around you. And so I want your view on things that I don't have answers to, and I'm willing to expand my viewpoint based on something you say or something you've done or a way you've reacted to something. That can be super valuable as well. The next thing is they're willing to let their guard down. Vulnerability is a huge sign of connectivity from a emotional level. If a person feels comfortable in being vulnerable with you, it's a sign that they see you as a person that is not going to judge them, for one, but for two, they look at you and say, hey, this person will accept me and I will accept them. And acceptance is at the center of nearly every motivating factor in the relationship as a whole. The next thing, and as we get to the close of the list, all of these have nearly equal value anyway, is they're willing to commit to the relationship being longer term, and they will share you with their inner circle. Their inner circle might be their best friend. Their inner circle might be their mom, their dad, other members of their family. Their inner circle might be their boss or their mentor. But they're committed to imagining and seeing and planning for you to be a more long-term part of their life. And so all of these kind of show emotional depth of connection. Hopefully that you have, a few relationships like this. I've often said you might find one of these a decade. So in a lifetime, maybe you find 5 or 10 at most. You don't find deep emotional connections with lots of people because they take time to nurture and a commitment to grow. And so when you find one, hold on to it for as long as you can, as long as you're both growing from it. But honor that space as well. So in any event, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.